on my side. Don't need your pleasure, I don't want your pain. I ain't got no time for making friends along the way. Oh, I've got Jesus on my mind. You can walk in my eyes in another man's shoes. You can walk with Jesus, tell me what you got to lose.
Amen, amen.
Okay. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't mess anything up. I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
No. So now we're fine. I don't know what happened to the opening audio. One more thing I've got to troubleshoot. Like I need one more thing to do. But
you absolutely.
So we are live on the event page. So if you guys are watching this on the event, please share it so everybody can see it. Because I believe the only people who will see this or get notifications of this are the ones interested to go or going in the event. So I'm trying to share it to a couple of pages real quick. I still have to do that. So this is the Ed and Billy Hour Live, and what you guys want to talk about. You asked me to do this with you so you can coordinate. Some of the things that still need to, loose ends that need to be tied up. And Ed, you still have 5 seats?
5 seats.
You still have 5 seats. And Ed is crisscrossing the East Coast from basically New York
Warrior.
all the way down to Georgia. So if you need a ride and you want to go, get in touch with Ed here. Ed Elliott. Sorry. Billy Elson, Ed Elliott. Or get in touch with me, or write in the event that you need a ride. Before they start discussing that, I've been contacted by a few more people locally who are willing to pick people up at the airport. So if you're flying in on Saturday to Atlanta, there's a few different people who can pick you up so you don't have to rent a car. So there's a little bit of a logistical issue in that you're up in Buffalo, right? You're near Buffalo.
I am, yes.
Ed is near Pittsburgh. And your equipment and my equipment, we're kind of collaborating, putting everything together using your mixing board and your PA, and then we both have microphones and putting that all together. So, but you're flying to the event, and Ed is driving. So far, Ed is driving up. How long did you say it was? I thought it was like 2.5, 3 hours, but it's
4.5 hours from Connecticut to Phillies. And then we're going into Georgia.
Right. But if you were to drive like
anybody in between,
right, if you were to drive
in between Johnstown to upstate Pennsylvania to
right. What I was just saying, real quick. What I was just saying is just about the equipment thing. Is if you were to just go straight to Buffalo, that's what, a 4-hour drive?
5.5 hours.
5.5 just from Buffalo to Pittsburgh. So I reached out to Steve Avery. He said he might be willing to bring the stuff down on Wednesday. He has to confirm that with his wife, of course, because they only have one vehicle, like most of us. And that would be.
Am I understanding that correctly? Did you say that Steve Avery would be bringing what stuff? This stuff?
Possibly. He said he might be able. I reached out to him and said, "Hey, we're in a little bit of a pickle here. I hate to have make Ed drive this, so I'm trying to figure it out to make it easier on on
he's
him.
a good man. I got a chance to talk to Steve there in chat. So
Good.
well, not chat, but actually on some Facebook. I'll learn the technology. I'm only 40 years old, guys. So give me a break, all right? You know, I haven't caught up to you yet. So, but
He's still a pup.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still a young buck here. So now, what does he drive? I'm just curious. I don't know if I missed that.
Well, I don't know. That's the other thing is, I know you've got a sizable PA situation. So
I know he's a construction guy.
Right. So, I mean, I asked and he's like, well, maybe I can. I was expecting are you crazy? kind of response. But that was very, very nice of him to at least consider it. But otherwise, Ed, you're going to make it happen, which is incredible. That adds 4 hours to your trip. So literally, if Ed is going then to Buffalo as well, you could be like anywhere in between Buffalo, New York, and New Haven, Connecticut, which is a vast expanse of land. If you want to go, you've got a ride. Ed has 5 seats open. And then any points south along the road to Georgia, you have a ride. There's 5 seats open. Is there anything else? Is there anything I'm missing there, or is that pretty much sum it up? What else do we?
Pretty much sums it up, and there would be housing down there. I mean, that's something else that we have.
Right.
That's accessible.
Right. There's a couple of cabins have been rented at this one campsite. A lady I just talked to, Rhonda, what's her last name? If you wanted to contact, how do I get into these weird things on my phone? Here we go. Rhonda Wilbanks lives in Georgia, and she's bringing a whole group of Georgia activists with her to the event. She's the one who offered to pick anybody up at the airport who's coming in on Saturday. They have a place that they're staying at as well, and we haven't gone into collaborating that, but there may be, I believe she said, if I unless I misunderstood her, there's even space there. So if you're worried about having to spend money on a place, you're not going to really have to worry about that. Ed certainly needs help with the gas money getting down there. I'm sure
it's not just one place we're going. We're going to Georgia, and then we're going into Washington.
Right. Going with Ed means you're going to 2 events. They're going to both sister events. The first annual Remembrance of Schaefer in Clarkesville, Georgia, and then the 3rd annual Remembrance of Schaefer in Washington, D.C. So you'll see a lot of the same people at both events, but a lot of people in Georgia that won't be able to go to D.C. and vice versa. So you'll be meeting a ton of people in the community going with Ed. He's one of the few who are going to both, but he is bringing a lot of people. And plus you'll be able to meet people in the van, traveling with them. It's really going to be a moving event. I'm hoping this event in Georgia will be similar to the 2016 march in DC, where everybody, or most people, left feeling so great about everything, enlightened. I felt like it was a life-changing experience for me in 2016. And that's what I'm hoping the Nancy Schaefer event in Georgia will do as well. And I'm
going to go a step further than that. I'm going to say life-changing and epic.
Epic.
No, but I'm going to say life-changing and historic. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's the first. It's in Georgia. It's in Nancy's home. Where she
home county. Yep.
Yeah, home county, and just to be a part of that in and of itself is a statement. It literally is. For any of you people out there who are believing something, you're literally, I believe, you're moving the courts in heaven just by showing up.
Yeah.
It really, I mean, not only will people here take notice, I believe that all of heaven will take notice of that. And I also believe that Nancy will take notice of that. And I believe she's speaking on heaven's floor. I truly believe. I'm just an eternal optimist, and I don't believe it's ever over. And Nancy, she embodied that. She just lived that. She knew what she was up against.
Mm-hmm.
She knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Right.
She never gave up. She never quit.
Well, she never did give up, and there was just a post, and this is, I don't understand how Rhonda and I didn't connect. She sent me a message back on the 25th, and somehow I totally missed it. Sometimes on the computer, if you go to see all and you click on the wrong thing, it says click all as read, and maybe I did that and I didn't see your message, but I'm glad we connected. But she says she's directly in touch with Nancy, the daughter, and Nancy had posted something that she will not be attending, but they appreciate what we're doing. And part of the reason why to put out a more formal schedule, which I think I have a couple of edits or updates to put on the schedule, even though I just shared it on my profile page. We wanted to have that so people like Nancy would see it and be like, oh, this person's talking about this, I might be interested in that, and come by. And she also said, it's Palm Sunday, they're going to be in church, and that's why we moved it from 8 until 5, from instead going from noon until 8. So this way people will be getting out of church. Some people will have lunch during church. I've been to churches where they provided lunch afterwards, and that's why some of the performers will be performing like around, probably starting at 1-ish. So as people are leaving the churches, they'll be able to hear this amazing music and want to investigate the area. And I'm hoping, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to have it on Sunday, is people have the day off, they're going to church, they usually do things after church with the family, and this is a family-friendly event. And I really hope we get a large turnout of the local people in Clarksville and surrounding areas, and I think we will.
And the other thing is, we'll all be one big family down there.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're taking the ride and you really believe in what we're doing and you're living this life, you'll want to be there.
Yes.
This woman fought for us prior to us even having issues, most of us. You want one of these? And the one thing that we do all believe in is we all need somebody to back us up.
Yep, absolutely.
No better way to get it than do what we're doing right here.
That's right.
Have a meeting and praise the woman that opened the door to this.
Yep.
And understood this better than any of us. And she didn't have a fight in this situation. We all do.
She was a non-victim advocate, and they are too few and far between, and we need more people like her, because we're a lot further behind than we were when she was around. And part of this is to hopefully get support and help from Georgia politicians again. And maybe with the help of the family, that's possible. You never know what the future holds. So if we don't do something in Georgia, then you don't know. If you do, then you find out. And we found out a lot of things. Like one question I remember that came up last year was, do the Schaefers want to reopen that case? And we know that they do not, at least not currently. They just want to honor their parents and celebrate their life. And questions like that, us as a community, we're better off having the answers to. And right. We would have never got those answers if we didn't set up an event in Clarksville. And
that's exactly that. You set up an event like this, you don't know what it's going to do. You have no idea, but you out in faith, you release your faith, and, you know, great things happen, and you're able to get some sort of metric, you know, ongoing. Okay. You know, we can gauge as to what, if we want to throw together a convention or just any other similar event or anything like that, we know we're working toward that.
Right.
But these are so necessary. These events, you know, you bring out, and just like Ed said, you bring out the family and you say, listen, who's going to be there when the smoke clears? Who's all going to be there? And that's really what you build on. That's your message. And now we say, listen, we want to add to that. How do we do that? Well, we're all giving freely. I mean, look at this. You know, I mean, Ed, you're a road warrior as far as I'm concerned. And that's coming from somebody who does a lot of driving, but to drive up and all that in one kind of, you know, I just think we would be so remiss if we didn't have this meeting tonight and at least try to get some people, and then ongoing throughout the week, and try to coordinate this to bring some people in and get them in. You got 5 seats available in that van. And if we don't fill them, I think the reality is at that point, you know, I mean, let's be honest, you know, are you going to be even able to do that? I mean, it's just, it's a lot of money. I know you're not rich. You know, I know Ted is, but I know you're not. So we need to get some help.
I'm rich in the hat. Rich in the hat, although I thought I was having a heart attack today. But no, it's taken a lot for me to put this together. I just, you know, like I said, it's been on my mind since last year, talking with people in DC who had never heard of Nancy, and at the time I'm like, well, why don't we do something where she was so we can talk to people who knew her? And so it's been on my mind and I decided, okay, I'm going to have to drive through that area to see what the possibilities are. And I dropped off my son back home in Florida, and and then stopped in Clarksville, which was a bit out of the way, and talked to the mayor, talked to the city manager, got the permits for it. It's not the same permit process as DC. But took care of those, and I could do this myself, one man, go have an event, but things like this, it doesn't work that way. I need help, and luckily Belinda was right there to offer all the help she could and got us in touch with the family. Francesca and her organization with all of you guys, like in her group, that's been huge. So many people involved with Francesca's group, Punished for Protecting, are helping out with this event. And I believe, Ed, that's how we met, was through her organization. Billy, that's how we met. And yes, without the help of all you guys, this wouldn't be coming together as spectacular as it is. And so I can't thank Francesca enough for doing what she does, you know, bringing people together, and then helping out other people who, you know, aren't necessarily in her group, helping everybody she can with the organization that she's put together. So it's just all of this is a collaborative effort. You know, I'm not worried about. I live all the way in Vermont. Nobody's going to drive 16 hours to come, you know, do something bad to me. If people locally are scared to put something like this on, I have no idea. But I've met so many local people just in the last few weeks that I never knew existed. So I would like to, after this, you know, meet them and have them more organizing this event, so next year I could just be like, I support you, I'm going, you guys plan it the best you can, and I'll help any way possible. So I'm not a control freak. I just want to make sure that if I have an idea and that idea is not being done yet, I'll make it happen, and then pass the torch.
We're all doing it in faith.
Yes, and Francesca just joined. Hello, Fran. Let me get rid of this camera so the cameras aren't all messed up.
won't.
Hello there, lovely.
Hey, I'm here, fellas.
Hold on a second. Francesca's here. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Stop everything. Stop it all. I'm here.
It doesn't sound as good as Skype.
Woo! Thank you so much.
Intro, dear.
Well, can I just let you know that when I walked in the door tonight, my 9-month-old dog chewed my Journey album corner that was sealed. He chewed the corner of my Journey album.
Oh my gosh.
Why couldn't he chew the corner of your Wham album or something, you know?
I don't have a Wham album, you know, and
I do. No.
Do you really? So I want to say something though. Ted was just talking. Ted, you don't give yourself enough credit, and I'm going to give you credit right now. You deserve it.
I'm a humble guy.
Okay? You're
People have always said that.
But let me tell you, you are. If it wasn't for you, this would not be happening right now. And you're pulling so many people together. I'm blessed to be able to support you. And
thank you.
I mean, we're not going to talk about some things because we don't know yet, but this is an amazing, amazing blessing of an event to honor this woman. And the fact that it's like, you know, you're doing all that you're doing. People don't understand. They don't understand because most people just do 9-to-5 work, or they do 9-to-5 school, or 9-to-5 work and school, and pretty much go home and make dinner and go to bed. And
that's life.
They don't
usually
get what goes into not just being an advocate, but being a broadcasting advocate. Okay. And doing all this other work, and now putting on an event, you know, and then having to deal with other stuff, you know. So I said, I'm not going to go there, but I'm proud of you, and I'm honored to work with you, and thankful to work with you and all these people that are coming together. This is something this is going to be one freaking awesome event, and I can't wait to get there. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
Too.
I'm excited.
It's great. It'll be great to see some old friends and some new friends like you, Francesca, and some new friends I haven't met in person like Billy, and a ton of local people are showing up, which I'm just like, I miss too many. I get too many freaking messages, and then I press the wrong button, and I click mark all as red, and then I never see them. And so, luckily, I was able to get in touch with this lady, Rhonda. Like Rhonda Rousey, I want to call her Rhonda Wilbanks. And she's got the poster as her profile picture. And apparently, she's bringing a whole group of her Georgia advocates to the event. So now we're up to 30 people, and I went through the interested, and there's like 10 people in there who I know are going. So we're up to 40 just there, and they're all bringing friends and family. So I think we're just on Facebook people, we're somewhere in the 70s. And then we have local people coming. I mean, if you just do the math, like, I know this person's bringing somebody who's not on Facebook, and then one person coming from North Carolina, her whole family lives only 20 minutes away. So she's like bringing her extended family to the event. It's going to be something special, and I hope we all leave here, or leave there, feeling enlightened, feeling like we accomplished something, and having a feeling like a life-changing experience out of this. Similar to back in 2016, when a lot of what I call my old friends in the community I met for the first time, and that was less than two years ago. So,
and just to get back to numero uno here, as our good friend Ed pointed out, we are really trying to fill these seats in this van. 5 seats available in that van, and that van that's going from Pennsylvania to Connecticut to New York. I mean, we're really trying to coordinate some things there too. So Ed doesn't have to do that. But the fact remains, he's going to need 5 more people to step up and say, you know what? I'm going to do the, I'm going to be part of something major in our history. I'm going to be part of something that is family, you know, that shows Nancy Schaefer and all of heaven that, you know what, I'm serious about this. I'm in this. I'm not going anywhere. And we're looking for those people to step up right now and just to say, hey, you know what, Ed, we got your back, man. You've stepped up. You didn't know how this was going to happen. If you were going to get those 10 people to fill that van, we really need some people to just step up and show up. And if you're out there and it's not you right now, if somebody's in the chat, maybe you know somebody who could kind of benefit from this and just pull together as a family. That's what we need to do. Pull together as a family. So let's keep that in mind. That's what our goal is here tonight and ongoing throughout the week. Cindy
Bowers said that the Rhonda Wilbanks group has been passing out flyers all over here in Georgia. That's amazing.
I got into people are emailing me from those flyers. I didn't even know my email was on them. I was blown away, and I
didn't know either.
I mean, this is like freaking biblical proportion stuff happening here. I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched. I can't wait to get to Georgia, honestly.
Yeah, I can't wait either. But yeah, I'm fine. Margaret, I'm all right. I had another freaking crazy panic attack. First, I haven't had one like that in a year. Maybe we should fundraise to help. I don't want to equipment across, not while we're there. I mean, I understand why some bigger events will have a donate button, and maybe that's something we could work out down the road, but I don't want anybody thinking that we're profiting off of Nancy Schaefer's name. I mean, there are event shirts that are $20. You know, if you have an event, you have to have a shirt, and so I got them. It's the same emblem. You know, I've showed it over and over again, but it's this emblem on the shirt.
That said, Ted, and that's a good point, and that's why, you know, I've thought about that. You know, what about when we get there? If we still have a little bit more to go to kind of help. You know, again, I'm really concerned about this van, because without this van, this equipment it's going to be very hard for me to get this equipment there.
Right.
So Ed has been so gracious, so benevolent to go, you know what? I'm going to step out here and I'm going to do this to get this van. I'm just counting on God to fill it up, you know? So we really need to be praying about that, guys. We really need to be coordinating that the best we can. All of us quick. We need to get on that quick, because this is a lot of equipment that needs to show up in Georgia. That needs to. So, and then when we get there, you know, the other idea that we could do, you know, is like Ted said, we don't want anybody to think that, look, or, you know, even to give that appearance that we're somehow profiting
off
the legacy and the life of this wonderful.
They think you are anyway. It doesn't matter. Just let them know that
we can't control.
We need.
I know that the Bible says that a laborer is worthy of his wages. So take it up with God while we keep going forward.
Right.
And my point, the reason I said that, I just want to just finish this point. You know, we can still pull together as a family. We can do that. We don't, you know, it can be, hey, you know, don't be afraid to go up to Ed and say, Ed, where are you at in this? He's going to give you an honest, you know, metric in that. This is where I'm at. And you know, don't be afraid to be a blessing to him, because he could really use this right now.
Yeah, and he's a great guy. A great guy. He likes to talk. He likes to drive. Please, if you're considering, and I'm going to reach out to everybody who said interested and see if I can, you know, convince them to go, because like I said, if you're anywhere in between Connecticut and Buffalo, New York, Ed's going to be there, and then all points south. So if you want to come, just get in touch with one of us, and you have a ride, not only to Georgia but to the DC event as well. And
what could you ask for?
Cindy asked, do you have my shirts yet? I ordered 4. There's the DC event.
Yeah,
Brian,
it's not
right. Brian has shirts that he's selling prior to the event. The shirts for the Georgia event are only going to be at the event. So
yeah, can I make that clear, guys? I want to make that clear because I think that there's been some misunderstanding. I helped Brian Lee to promote Washington, D.C. I'm personally not able to go, unfortunately, but I will be in Georgia with Ted and everybody. And I just helped him to get his booster off, to get his T-shirts sold so that he could get a stage that he needs so that they could do it. We have a stage because we actually have a park that already has a stage. So we were able to have that already in place. He needed to sell T-shirts and get donations so they could have a stage for their event.
Right.
So we are separate when it comes to the T-shirts. We have not sold, or Ted has not sold T-shirts. They will be available to you guys at the event itself in Georgia. So they're two separate events. Georgia's on the 25th. DC is the 26th. Okay. So.
Yeah. So if you haven't gotten one of Brian Lee's shirts, get in touch with Brian Lee or ask in that on that event page. The event that I'm doing is, I mean, we call it sister events because Brian and I know each other, and I went to his event last year. But they're two completely different, separate events with their own event shirts, their own posters, their own artwork, everything. Next year, hopefully, we'll collaborate a little bit more and kind of make it more uniform. Maybe even have one shirt for both events. If that might stop a lot of confusion, because I think that's the fourth or fifth time I've got a question like that. Unfortunately, Brian did not get enough for the stage, but he got another sound system, system equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and you know.
How much? We have a question from Charlene. How much are you asking from everybody for this van? How much for a ride? How much do you need in gas money if somebody's coming?
Depending upon whether we're housing and they're going to both events, I roughed it out to $170 per person in the vehicle. That's to get to both events and housing.
Both events and housing. 170. That's pretty good.
I apologize. My son is a singer. I don't apologize for that, but he sings around the clock, and I'm sorry for the background noise.
And we're gonna have him sing in Georgia.
There we go.
I will definitely get him up on that stage because he's actually very good.
You think he would jam with me?
Yes, he will jam. Oh, he'd love to jam with you. Are you kidding me? The kid can play guitar, he can play drums, and he can sing.
That's amazing. If you think about the resources of all the people coming to the event, people are coming from all over the country. I mean, all together, we're spending thousands of dollars just to all come together.
Yes,
I wish there was another way to do this where we could all like beam there for nothing. Then everybody would come. But the logistics of us being affected from all over the world, it's impossible for us all to get in one place at the one time. Although one lady from Britain contacted me and was thinking about coming and speaking. She's a motivational speaker, but that's you know, it was a little bit too much for her to fly to the event. I don't blame her.
You know, I will say that the problems that we're having right now, we're going to look back in a very short time and we're going to say,
somebody's at me.
How did we get here? How did we get here? We were literally talking about like, how do we get equipment from one place to another? I'll tell you how we got there, because of hearts and minds like Ed, because of people like Francesca, because of people like you, Ted. Dare I even say myself, because it isn't about me. It's about my declaration of faith. It's about me saying, you know, what can I do? No matter how small or how big, what can we do as individuals? Come together as a family, and Ed hit the nail on the head, as a family. And that's what we need to be. I will say this. I want to just say one more thing. If those 5 people, those next 5 people that are going to fill that seat, we're going to, you know, I'm going to be fortunate enough to be down by the river in this RV underneath Ed's treehouse. So Ed's got a treehouse. We'll have an RV down there. It's going to be amazing. And I'm planning on setting up some equipment the night before or something like that, and doing a by the river little campfire type thing. And I promise I will play any song. If I have to learn it on the spot, for those 5 people that are coming by faith to get in this van to help out their family members and to show the world that we mean business. But I will personally play whatever song they want, and I'll do my best to sing it. And I don't care if they have me singing "I'm So Pretty." I'll do it.
Yeah, you guys understand that. So if you are riding with Ed, if you come to the event with Ed, then Billy will take any request, any ridiculous song request, and sing it.
I will write them a song. I will write them a song in honor of
like that too. He can do it. He can do it.
I will put
Billy.
them on the back of my CD.
Billy.
Special
Billy, we gotta get you your bunny ears and your bunny nose again. I seen that floating around somewhere.
And
that's a classic.
so tomorrow I'll be live at 5 at the regular time. Belinda's going to be joining me at least one last time before the event, because I'm going to be doing a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm leaving. So just 3 more shows. So keep watching at 5 o'clock. If you have any questions, please call this number. That's the same number. Every show I do, almost every show I produce for Francesca or Kirk or Randy Davis, this is the same number right there. So before we get going, pitch it one more time, Ed.
What'd you say?
Pitch it one more time.
I'm not a baseball player.
All right. Get in touch with us. Ed has 5 spots.
Yes, I have 5 spots in the van. I would appreciate whoever, by faith, that you can get your butts to where I can pick you up, or we can make arrangements. Give me an address. I am me, and I will make an arrangement, put you on a route, and I will pick you up and make sure you get to both events.
Silly question, Ed. What states can you drive through? And Charlene is asking, when do you need the money by? Do you need it when you get the money?
The day I picked them up. When I picked them up.
And what states are you able to drive through?
I am leaving Philadelphia. I am going to Western Pennsylvania out by Scranton. Then I'm going into Connecticut. From Connecticut over to New York, pick up Billy's equipment. And then I'll be coming from New York, clean on down back through Pennsylvania, back through North Carolina, West Virginia, all the way down through. It takes you down the highway. I have to get the exact route.
Do you know, so you don't know specifically where through West Virginia you're going at this time?
No, it'll be the lower end. It'll be the southern end. It'll be like, you're only like in there. Let me think of the routes here now.
I can't tag people on this. I shouldn't tell people, but I can't tag it. Okay.
No, it's gonna put me like there's only like 5 mile, 10 mile of West Virginia when I'm going down. Because
you're gonna be inland. You're gonna be hitting like right through the center of West Virginia, and then the western part of Virginia, western part of North Carolina, going basically right through Charlotte, I think.
Right through Charlotte, and then 70 going down there. Once you get off of whatever the main route's going to be coming out of New York is my decisions.
Okay.
Once I get to the southern states, after I come out of Pennsylvania I hit Virginia, it'll be a little piece of Maryland, a little piece of Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I hit Virginia, it's 80 to 77 across and down 95 crossed and into Georgia.
Okay. All right.
And what day are you leaving to get to New York?
I am leaving Thursday.
Thursday the 23rd. Okay.
Yep, I'm going to pick the van up in the morning.
Are you actually going right up to Billy's on Thursday, or Billy, are you dropping stuff off down at my house?
I'm going to be going.
He's gonna come
From
here.
my place from Johnstown, I'm going up to pick up Tommy. After I pick up Tommy down, I'm going to Connecticut and then heading over to Billy's.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
From Billy's on down.
We are superheroes. We
Yeah.
are superheroes. There's no question about that.
The best and the shortest route is what I'm going to route out, and whoever's in between will make arrangements.
Ed,
Put them in the connections.
will you scroll through the comments, because a couple of people are asking about it. So just scroll through the comments.
I'm gonna have to.
All right. So he'll get in touch with you. He'll look through this. Otherwise,
Tell them to IM me. That's the easiest way. That way I can get an address.
if they're not friends with you, if they,
Wait a second.
you know. So
They can.
I'll bring the phone. If people want to say hi to Christian, I'm going to bring the phone over to him.
okay.
Christian is doing what he loves doing. That's okay. Just say hello. Just say hello.
Hello.
Hey, Christian.
Okay, I'm trying to do something. Please.
Nope. Don't bother him. He's on Xbox.
Going again.
The world and Xbox. That's all I have
Yeah.
to say. But we will get him to. He will not have Xbox with him on this trip. Thank you, good Lord above.
Thank you.
And we will get him up there to sing. So.
That's awesome.
And it's almost 9, so he's
I
going
will
to
go
be.
in there because I'm on Zoom. I'll always go in there and look through the write-ups and make contact with people.
All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. So get in touch with one of us, and we'll get you in touch with Ed. Ed's going to look through these comments. We need 5 more people. 5.
Come on,
Live at 5 to go to both events. So,
Play us out, bro.
yeah.
You want something to take us home?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. I don't know if you're ready for this one. I mean, maybe you guys in like the warmer climates, but you might not be as impressed as the people who are freezing to death, like Fran and I. But
Push that limit, who let take you there? Not a minute to pull myself away. In a little time, we will be alone. Set my destination for the island of your love. Sacred out to all this snow and ice, just be patient, a piece of paradise, and when you feel stand between the two, in your heart will lead the way to the island of my love.
if you wanna hear the rest, you gotta come to Georgia.
Thank you, Billy. Please get in touch with us.
You gotta come to Billy.
Be one of the 5 to get a ride to both events. I love you. Good night.
All right.